A haunted tea party? A biting ghost? A stormtrooper and Yoda? Grab a snack and help us unpack all that and more. It's time for Ghost Files Debrief!
Yes.
Welcome in, I'm Ryan Bergara, and that thing over there is my colleague Shane Madej.
It's great to be here with you, Ryan.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
What are you, a sim? Like, it's great to be.
Thank you.
You're not on the.
Hey, it's really nice to be here with you. Thanks.
Well, you're not on the Tonight Show.
How about
you knew you were gonna be here.
What the hell, man?
What do you think about the Vogel Victorian?
It's a house. I don't know.
The family was very nice. Diana
they were
Vogel,
really nice.
A great host. You loved the tea here. Not like the gossip, but like the actual tea.
Yeah, no, they had really good tea, and they had little sandwiches.
That's right. We did not use too much of the tea party in this episode because it was, we're here to hunt ghosts. But I will say the tea party was fantastic. The food, the little sandwiches they had were amazing. Shane had a billion of them.
I had a lot of tea at this place. I was very caffeinated.
You were jacked.
I was going crazy.
Yeah.
Because she just kept pouring it, and I just kept going, I'll take some more of that, ma'am.
Well, that being said, why don't we go ahead and get to your guys' questions, because
good.
we are here to answer your guys' questions about our investigation of the Vogel Victorian, starting with Casey Cat Lady.
I think that's pronounced Katladi. Casey Katladi.
Casey Katladi, sorry about that. You know me, I mispronounce things all the time. Casey Katladi missed the Ghost Files live. Now I'm haunted by my own FOMO. Please do another, or my restless soul will float. I said float, right? Will float around my house in protest.
You didn't know how to say float.
Shut up. Unbelievable.
Ryan, why don't you talk about this one? Because we did a live during the hunt, which we really didn't do. And for those who were there during the live, and I know some of you are in attendance right now, thanks for being here and thanks for tuning in.
That's right.
In the wee hours of the night. I think I said then, hey, everybody, this is really fun. We're going to do this all week at all of the other shoots we're on. And then we didn't do it on any other ones.
I don't think you said that. Did you?
I did.
Oh, you did?
I think it was when you were on the hunt. I was like, hey, everybody, this rocks. We're going to do this
that's a mistake.
every night this week when we're shooting. We didn't do that because we were kind of like testing the waters, right? And when we did it, we had a lot of fun with it. But then we were like, I don't know if that's going to work for the edit. It ended up being really fun in the edit.
No, so here's the thing. With this new batch of Ghost Files eps that we're shooting, we're trying some different things. And one of those things was...
Ghost jazz.
Well, I wanted to see what it would be like if we could have a live-streamed solo investigation where Shane could chime in. That way he'd be able to monitor what I'm seeing, but also you guys would see what I'm seeing, and then you could help me during the live investigation. But I didn't know if it was going to be a disaster. We tested it at the office, and it was fine. And I figured, I bet you this is gonna go haywire once we go to location. So I did not want to make it a big thing, so I kind of made it an impromptu thing. Whoever shows up, shows up. Thank you for all of the folks who did show up in the wee hours of the night unannounced. So Casey, you have nothing to worry about. We did not announce it. We were just merely testing it. The test went well enough that we put it in the episode, which was much a surprise to me because as we were doing it, there were a lot of hiccups.
It was pretty fun. We may do it in the future.
Yes. We're hoping to do another hunt in the coming months, maybe late January or sometime in February. So be on the lookout for us saying that we might be doing a hunt at another live stream, and hopefully by then I'll have fixed all of my technical hiccups.
This video is sponsored by Raycon. Raycon is turning another year older, and they're marking the occasion with 20% off site-wide.
Oh, God. Ugh, this episode is so good. Now I just need to edit it so that they only see my my good side. What's all that racket? Must be a drafty window or an animal outside. Well, look, whatever it is, I can't let it distract me. Good thing I've got my Raycons. Ooh, yeah, look at those. Beautiful. Yeah, Raycons keep the music playing while still letting me hear what's going on around me. They're lightweight, all day comfortable, and the fit doesn't budge.
Why won't you pay attention to me?
It's probably just the floorboards creaking. Yeah, totally normal. Good thing these earbuds help me stay focused. With 8 hours of battery life plus 36 more from the case, I can listen for days. They seamlessly connect to multiple devices and deliver the same premium sound as the big brands at half the price. No reason to overpay. Grab yourself a pair of Raycon Essential Open Earbuds and thank me later.
Click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/ghostfilesopen to get 20% off site-wide.
All finished. Time to export.
Let's move on to the next question. Thank you, Casey.
Yes, this one's from Taylor Covington. This is for Debrief. I have noticed in a few episodes now that you guys will say ghost hunters or ghost hunting on location. Do you think this ever scares the spirits and causes them to avoid interactions with you? Thanks for making the show. Love you guys.
Well, thank you,
Taylor.
That's a good point. You're a logical man.
I'm trying to think if I'm in my home.
Okay.
And someone comes into my home and they say, "Hi, I'm a Shane hunter."
Well, they wouldn't say I'm a Shane hunter. They would say I'm a ghost hunter because you wouldn't.
No. But they're ghosts. I'm Shane.
Yeah, but we didn't walk in here.
They're ghosts. I'm Shane.
Yeah, but we didn't say we were Vogel hunters.
Good point.
You're no different. You're just a run-of-the-mill ghost to me. If this is the scenario, I'm walking into the house where you were deceased. And I was like, oh, some a-hole lived here, had a cat, he's dead.
I guess
ghost hunter I am.
My thought on this is I don't think they would be spooked by that.
Well, they might be like, ghost hunter? What are we talking about? Wait, am I dead? Like, we could give them...
Me? Dead?
An existential crisis. You, if it was you.
I love the notion of us walking into places and just, like, fucking up the ghosts, like, whole thing. Of that, like, just the, especially when they get, like, caught in those loops, like, I'm just doing the dishes. And
like a residual haunting.
You're fucking dead. Okay? How you like that? You're dead. You and your friends are dead.
You're quoting The Dark Knight now.
Yeah, but that is true of the ghosts. You could say that to them.
You and your friends are dead. It's the beginning of The Dark Knight. Give
William Fichtner.
Yes,
R.I.P.?
Right. I don't know. But that's something to think about. I don't think it's an issue, but it will be something that I think about the next time I say it. And maybe even I will say on location, by the way, what we mean by that is we hunt folks that are like you, and unfortunately, you are deceased.
That's like when you hunt for Pokemon. Do you hunt them? Do you hunt them?
Yeah, I would say they've got to catch them all.
You catch them.
But I'm not like, I'm a Pokemon hunter right before I throw a fucking Pokeball at Pikachu's head.
If ghosts were real...
What do you mean were?
If they were real and there was technology to like suck them up into like a reverse super soaker and then blast them into a containment unit.
Reverse super soaker?
Yeah, like a super sucker.
Polterguster.
Yeah. Would you suck them up and blast them into a unit where you could contain them? Like in Ghostbusters.
Okay, would I suck them up and then
like, because look, the reality of the show, not joking here, the reality of the show is that we go to these places to try to find evidence and proof of ghosts, right? We're not hunting them.
I'm gonna cut your fingers
We're hunting them in the sense that we're like on the hunt for evidence of ghosts.
Yes.
Right? But if there were technology where you could suck up a ghost and put it in,
and then spit it out
and sort of like and contain it and collect them, would you do it like Benicio del Toro in Guardians of the Galaxy? Would you do that?
Sure.
You would?
Yeah, why not?
That's fucked up, man.
Why is that fucked up?
Because that's like pretty messed. That's like putting them in prison.
Well, I would release them into the wild. It would be like sport fishing.
Oh, where would you release them?
I don't know, probably like some like retirement home for ghosts. You know, like where Paddington Bear goes in Darkest Peru, the old home for retired bears.
Release them in Peru?
If there's a retirement home there that had the proper facilities and healthcare.
Well, that's an interesting question. Why don't we move on to the next one?
Okay.
Alexander Trejo says, is Ghost Files over for the season?
No. Well, actually, yes and no. Because, yes, in the sense of this current season is done. However, we are switching up the format of how we release Ghost Files episodes. They are now going to be coming to you guys monthly. That means every month you're going to get one Ghost Files episode. It's going to be year-round, one Ghost Files episode a month. Very excited about that. So that's more Ghost Files episodes for you guys, more investigations for us, and more chances.
Is that more Ghost Files than we've ever done in a year? I think so. And now, we may also be doing some alone this year.
We also may be doing some alone. Honestly, this is as much ghost hunting, even maybe more than we used to do on Unsolved.
Is that so?
It's very close. Hope you guys are excited because we definitely are, and we've shot some pretty fun episodes that I can't wait for you guys to see.
Next question.
Is this me?
Yes, it's you, Ryan.
This is Ren. Oh, good to see you, Ren. It's nice to see the full babysitting sesh. Ghost hunt now. I have to say, Shane watching Ryan doing the solo and making fun of him live is maybe the most fun I've had watching solos yet. It becomes apparent why I like this show so much, LMAO. Also, as someone who was in the chat during the live stream, I didn't see you in there. I want to yet again make it clear, none of us told him to crawl through the dark. We gave Shane too much power, LOL.
I'm pretty sure someone said that.
I don't know if somebody said that. Now, the whole point of the live stream was, again, for you guys to be able to chime in and to see things through my eyes, but also for Shane to be able to do so and then guide me.
I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, and again, we're still figuring out the longevity of that because that is going to be highly dependent on, frankly, the internet situation at these places.
Good call,
because a lot of them are remote, honestly. Like, we wouldn't be able to do that in Hinsdale. Hinsdale was in the middle of nowhere.
There was a place we were at this week when we were investigating where I was like, I don't know if internet would have worked.
Oh, absolutely
here.
not.
Yeah.
No way.
Actually, a couple of places we were at, it was like,
So it'll happen when we can do it, but you'll see in the upcoming episodes, Shane is just going to be more on the sidelines for the solos, and I'm going to really go harder on the solos so that we have a better chance to catch evidence.
Ryan came to me a few months ago with a revolutionary idea, which was, what if you don't do solos? And I said, that's interesting. Because, we have a lot of fun with those. I go in there and I go, hey, But nothing ever really happens, and I'm never scared, and they're kind of a huge waste of time. That said, if it gets to a point where people are like, I really miss Shane doing so, maybe we'll sprinkle one in here and there.
Or if a place is particularly horrifying, we'll do that. But for the most part, like Shane said, yeah, we all kind of realized this is kind of a waste of time because Shane is basically saying the same things over and over again because he doesn't believe in ghosts. And the time is better spent of...
I don't think one of my solos has ever... Oh, you know what? The one time that something had happened is the Justice Museum.
That's right.
In England.
That's right.
But I honestly think that place was just old, and it was making noises. It's an old-ass building.
It's quite possible.
You know?
Anyways, let's move on to another question here.
Yeah.
Is this me or is this you?
This is me, I think. Yes. Cass! I did miss the Boo Bunker pre-hunt discussion a bit, so I hope that's not gone forever, but a very fun ep otherwise. I want to see this house in the daytime. Slides y'all a wrinkly $5 bill. Also, would love if you posted that live stream I missed.
Well, we can post that live stream, so if any
We're gonna post it!
If you guys do want that live stream up, it seems like you do, we'll post that. Again, excuse the choppiness of it because there was some technical issues that you did not see in the edited version. You will see all of the bumps and lumps in all their glory in the full live stream clip.
We're not ashamed.
Hey,
look. You know, sometimes tech stuff happens.
That's true.
You know.
Also, the Boo Bunker, that is actually something that is going to be in all the Ghost Files episodes. It just wasn't for this particular one because we were going to be telling the story of the house, if you will, through the Tea Party. But in all the episodes we've shot, we do have the Boo Bunker, and also appreciate you, Cass, for mentioning the Boo Bunker. And any of you folks out there who I saw over on Watcher TV commenting about things that you liked or disliked about the episode, I really appreciate that because as you may have heard through the podcast, I am taking a much more hands-on approach for making all of these episodes so that I can really have my fingerprints all over it, which means that the show could be a little more nimble in terms of the changes that we do or don't make. So if there are certain things you guys like or don't like, I could either lean in or, lean back.
He loves data.
I want to make the best possible show that we can make, and part of that is gathering what you guys think of the show, because at the end of the day, we are making this show for you, even though we're having a lot of fun ourselves. So,
that's right.
It is a group effort, and I appreciate the feedback.
This is from Birdie. Would you rather find evidence of ghosts but never be able to eat? Oh, fuck.
What?
Ryan,
this is a crazy question.
Demonic. Would you rather find evidence of ghosts but never be able to eat popcorn again, or have popcorn forever but no ghost evidence? And I'm talking about top tier evidence like a ghost shook your hand and slimed on your shirt.
That does sound slimy.
And all captured on tape. Damn.
You're talking about a slime tape of me?
Yeah. A slime tape. Release the slime tape.
That is the
This is what people
the golden goose. We
yeah.
call that in the ghost hunting world. If you get a slime tape.
Yes.
No password or fee required to watch that
either.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. I'm gonna say that. Okay, is this like if I'm eating the popcorn I still get a chance to go get ghost evidence like
No.
I have been?
No.
Why is this?
No
this
ghost evidence.
question
It
doesn't
says.
make any
Birdie can
sense.
clarify in the chat, but I think they're saying absolutely no ghost evidence. You'll never get it. You'll never get it. You'll spend your whole life with nothing.
Yeah, but then I have no popcorn.
No, then you do have popcorn.
No, I know, but if I'm just, which one could I live without? Here's the thing: if we got the golden goose of evidence for Ghost Files, right? How do we even continue the show? Like, because then I'm clearly right. I already feel like
you know
I'm
what?
clearly
Honestly,
right.
probably wouldn't even be a very big windfall. You know, we could get a full-bodied apparition on screen, and it'd be like, oh yeah, you get 6 million views on YouTube. It'd be like, okay, cool.
And everyone would probably just be like,
Maybe
"Hey,
we'd be on the Today
shopped,
Show.
shopped, fake."
I know they wouldn't believe it. Maybe we'd be on the Today Show. I could meet Al
Sure. You could go over
and
there.
Craig.
give
I'm
him
a Craig head. Craig Melvin.
You could give Al Roker a hug.
Oh God, that's a sweet thought.
It is a sweet thought. You
met
could
him
wrap
once.
yourself in the warmth of a weatherman's embrace.
I met him once.
You have?
Yeah,
Or
he was the nicest guy in the world.
Did he file a restraining order?
No, he was so nice.
Not that you know of, at least. How would you know that? He probably did.
Next question. What, do you have an answer for that?
I guess I'm gonna take the ghost evidence.
Damn. That's pathetic.
You're pathetic. Matthew Frost, do you feel like talking to the ghost nicely brings a better response? I don't know if it's about talking to them nicely as much as it is talking to them with the intent of having a genuine connection, conversation. This is something that I have luckily been able to do a little bit more of in solos in particular. I think I try to always do that when I'm with Shane because the fear factor isn't as high. But solos, I'm so scared that a lot of it just comes off aggressive, to be honest, because I'm in fight or flight mode. But having done the 24-hour investigations, these solos, they're still scary, but they're not as debilitating as they used to be. And now I'm able to actually have, I would say, more genuine connections and conversations with what I believe are ghosts in these places. And in one of the episodes that we're cutting together right now, it is one of the craziest solos I've ever had. And I was pretty proud that I wasn't losing my mind.
Yeah.
Because something happens and I'm able to stay in the moment, not run away, and continue pressing forward and getting more evidence from that situation. So I'm very, very excited about that and you guys seeing that.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on to another question.
Super cool. Honeybee
they are
says, do you ever read letters or diary entries from ghosts at some of the larger celebrated haunts to trigger a response or go into the details of their deaths? You know, come at them M. Night style, like The Sixth Sense, just more direct. That's interesting.
We have.
Have we done that?
One of the episodes that we're cutting together right now, something that I've been asking some of the docents or historians that because we're interviewing people at every one of our sites now. One of the questions I like to ask them is, what did the main character, so to speak, of this house, the ghost of this house, what did they like to do? Like, what did they like to do in their daily life? So I could talk to them as if they were a normal person, as opposed to be like, what was it like when you broke your neck on the stairs?
There was also a location that we were at. I'm not sure when this episode is releasing, maybe next month. But the one of the prominent figures at the house had left behind some poetry.
That's who I'm talking about.
Is that who you're talking about? Yes, that was a lot of fun.
So we actually had her poetry book, and one of the fun things that this woman used to do, she was a lovely lady. You guys are gonna love her.
She rocks.
I cannot wait for you guys to see that episode. But one of the things that she would do is she would throw these big parties, and in the parties, she would send out invitations that were basically custom poetry that she had wrote for that party in the form of an invitation. And in addition to just other poetry she had wrote, and it's all in a book. And so we read some of that poetry in her bedroom and got some interesting responses. So that is definitely something we have done. And actually in the episode after that, I'm able to get a trigger object, which if you don't know, is something that belonged to the spirits of the house that will possibly get them to come out. I got a very, very valuable trigger object that I was able to use on my solo.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you'll know.
Okay.
It was very expensive. You were worried about me holding it.
Okay.
Doesn't shake a tambourine at all. I could see you looking into your brain, actually.
Was this one shot locally?
No, this was not shot locally. You could read about it, though. That's a hint. Anyways, moving on to another question.
Heather Wild says not.
Well, it would be nice if you said her name right.
Heather Wild.
Heather's Wild. Now you just said a statement.
And not ghoul related, but still relevant. How many of those little sandwiches do you think you could do in one sitting? Also curious if you think you could eat more of those than what would be an equal amount of actual full sandwiches.
Is that how you refer to eating things? You do them?
Yeah,
I did an In-N-Out burger.
I did it. I did a burger.
I did a burger last night. How many?
Well, but speaking of, well, I don't want to spoil it too. Don't I want to spoil a little bit about where we went with our wives?
Oh yeah, maybe a little bit.
So we just got back from a ghost hunt. We took our wives, very fun, and we took them to the Winchester. Now, I know people are going to be saying, you've been to the Winchester a lot. We have. That place is really big.
It's huge.
We went to places on this.
We saw parts of the house.
I was like,
we've never seen
I've never
before.
seen this. So it was really fun. Took our wives there. They ghost hunted with us. And we found out that Sarah Winchester used to eat little hamburgers
That's right.
in the courtyard.
She did.
In the middle of the night. And she called them her. I don't want to reveal too much. We get into it during the Estes method. A lot will be revealed.
She calls them her
She
night.
loved hamburgers.
I think it's pretty funny what she calls them.
She called them her nighties. Her little nighties.
Her little
She would say,
nighties.
I'm going to pop down to the courtyard for a little nightie. And then she'd go down and go,
Yum. And she'd have like, he'd put
Maybe
like
it was
a
like
little
a
napkin in her.
maybe it was like a Crave case, you know, from White Castle. I don't know.
She had a pack of sliders.
Yeah. So we'll get into that. But what was the question? Oh, so the little sandwiches. I actually ate all of Ryan's sandwiches.
He did, and that got cut out of the episode too.
But there were parts where I would like sort of distract Ryan. I'd be like, "What's that over there?" And then
I saw you doing it.
No,
I
you
saw
didn't
you
see them
doing
all.
it. I didn't mind it,
You
though. I
say
was
that,
like-
but we'll dig into the footage.
I need to be, nice and like nimble on my feet.
I was stealing his sandwiches masterfully. It was really
I saw you
impressive.
doing it.
No, he didn't. Maybe
did.
you saw one of them, but
I
I stole 3 sandwiches from
I saw all
you.
3 of them. Jack Stark says, "Hello, fellow ghost hunters. I'm a huge fan from Sweden.
Cool.
A question for Shane is if he has anything from your hunts that he still can't explain."
No.
Great question, Jack. Last question here before a new segment alert on a Ghost Files debrief. This comes from Clay. This is you, Shane.
Clay says, Ryan, is there any device you wish you had to communicate with ghosts that you don't already own? Or is there something you wish existed that doesn't? Ghosts.
Oh, shit. That is pretty good. Anyways, is there anything? It's tough because there's a lot of gadgets that I enjoy. However, I know they aren't going to play on our show because of him. In the sense of...
Because they're baloney?
Well, that's what you'll think they're baloney.
But you also think they're baloney? Because I feel like if you
I don't
didn't think
think
they were baloney, you would try to make a case for
No,
them.
I don't think they're baloney. It's more just like I'm not going to waste my effort.
I appreciate that.
Because like things like the Busaby I like because you could physically see how it works. Like the proximity of it, or even the REM pod. Ovilus is the farthest I will go, and every time I pull it out, I know you hate it. So
Yeah.
Spirit Box, you also hate. I don't know how many tools I can
hate them
add.
all.
Well, I mean, you also admitted in...
He hates these objects. Or
Who,
he
you?
hates these devices.
Who, you?
Me.
Yes. The SLS cam, that's something that you could kind of understand. It's using, like, especially the ones that are now in
Yeah,
phones.
it's stupid though. It's not finding ghosts. It's just finding things that look like shapes of bodies.
Yeah, but it's using a LiDAR scanner, which is...
It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, I don't know. I think it's kind of...
You always, they always couch this and like, well, it's measuring temperature, but there's nothing. There's no connective tissue to.
Well, what about a cat ball that's on the floor and the cat ball moves on its own?
It doesn't. They never move on their own. They just light up a little bit.
That's true, they do. What if it moved, though?
If a cat ball rolled across the floor and nobody touched it, I'd be very impressed.
One thing I've been using on our hunts recently is a pinwheel. I've been
Yeah.
putting an actual pinwheel and just seeing if something will blow it.
Have they ever cracked open your suitcase at the airport and found all your pinwheels? Your pinwheels and your boo buddy. Because you've got a suitcase full of strange electronic devices, a teddy bear, and a bunch of pinwheels.
And a squirt pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happened before. And I have to explain to them what my profession is.
I'm a hero.
Yeah, essentially. I was like, I should be.
He
considered.
thinks he should board the plane before soldiers
Well,
and pregnant women.
that wasn't something that
He said that.
I didn't carve that out.
He screamed at a Delta agent
No,
about
that is.
it.
I didn't have to scream. This is something that was outlined at the Air Association. They said that these guys put them in the front of the line. They're doing a national service. That wasn't me,
Yeah.
and you know that. So for you to try and turn that on me is nasty work.
Well, I'm a nasty guy.
You are a nasty guy.
Speaking of
Look at him, he's out butting his
speaking
cardigan.
of being nasty, it's time for Fright Court. Oh!
Oh my God.
Yes, and this is where we get down to it. We're here to present our cases to you, our viewers,
Okay.
as to whether or not this location is haunted. And then it's up to you to weigh in and to decide, based on our testimony and what you've seen here today,
Yeah.
if in fact the location is haunted. Now, I know, Shaniacs, you're out there, okay? And I'm counting on you.
Okay.
Why don't you go first?
Okay, I'll go first. Here we
Yeah.
go. Is the camera on me? Do I have my podium? Okay. No. Shane, could you help me with the mic? Wait, hold on. Okay.
You're not doing a good job.
Where is it? Where is it? Is it right there? Yeah.
Move it. Nope. To the left. To your right. There you go. Find it.
Yep. Right there.
Nope.
Yep. Right there.
Nope. Further. No.
This way. I
There
can't.
you go. Yeah.
Right
No.
there. Yeah.
You flew
right,
past it.
Right there.
Right there.
Tapping.
Is that working? Does that sound good?
I think it's working really well.
really good.
Okay, mic is on. Look, folks, I don't think I actually have to say too much because this place was pretty chock full of evidence. We had, what are you laughing at, Emily? We're in court.
Let's have
We're
some
in-
decorum.
Can we have some decorum? Can we have some quiet in the court? Do we have any gavel sound effects? Thank you. Okay. Now, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, there was plenty of evidence at this place. We had the bedroom, of course, of the nephew, in which we had a REM pod going off only when I was exiting the room. We went and checked to see if there was anything wrong with the REM pod itself, if it was me or my own footsteps or movements that were setting off the device.
Objection. Hearsay.
This is not what you. This isn't. You don't get. This is time out. This is my time to speak.
Whatever.
Okay. This is mouth closed, ears open. How about that?
Sustained.
So what I was saying is this device would only go off when I would leave the room. It was motivated by my own actions and clearly had a personality that was interacting with me in an intelligent way. Pair that with the fact that I'm pretty sure I saw something at the bottom of the stairs in a place where Diana saw an apparition herself. I did not even know that story. And then also we heard footsteps walking around the house. We heard footsteps while we were doing the haunted tea party. And I think that's actually more than enough, to be honest. And if you look at Shane, look at your leader. He's holding a fucking pencil. He doesn't even have a pad. You might as well be holding a carrot.
I'm not holding a pencil.
You were holding a pencil. It's for no purpose.
Not
You're a liar. He's a liar.
I'm a liar?
That's right.
Well, that was
Where's
a
the
really,
pad?
really convincing case.
I thought it was pretty convincing.
Really pathetic. You're pathetic.
Get him the podium.
Give me my podium. I've got two microphones up here. It's like a press conference. This is CBS.
Yeah. And that's NBC right there on the left.
Yeah.
ESPN, for some reason, is here as well. Oh, you want me to do it for you? Hold on. Ready? Wait, stop.
I'm doing it myself.
Oh, because you can.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you were a ghost, well, wouldn't it be nice to be seen? Wouldn't it be nice to feel seen?
Objectively, we were seeing.
I'm
We were seeing the manifestation in the REM pod.
I'm going a little broad on this one because I don't remember a lot of what happened at this place. I personally, if I were a ghost, and I would like to be seen. I'd like to get out there and show folks my, little razzle dazzle, put on a show.
Can you define scene?
Visible to the eye.
Isn't the REM pod visible to the eye in the presence of?
Gavel! Get out! Shut the fuck up! As they say in court.
Okay, that's badgering.
I think even if 10% of ghosts felt the desire to be seen, then lordy, we would have seen them by now, huh? And what do we got to show for our 10 years of hard work? Absolutely nothing.
This is a generic.
It's sad.
Generic off-the-shelf argument.
Honestly, it's sad.
This could be for any episode.
Shaniac Nation, rise up. Ghosts are bullshit.
It's terrible. It's terrible. That would never be admitted into a court of law.
I don't care. This is Fright Court.
If there was a stenographer
No rules,
right now,
just right.
he would be balling
rules,
up
just right,
the paper.
court. Welcome to
and
Fright
he would
Court.
put it into a fucking straw and he'd be shooting it at your
give a
face.
sh-
He'd be shooting
Who-
it right
who
into
are
your
you?
mouth. He'd be shooting it right into your mouth.
I watched 3 seasons of Boston Legal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what did that do for you?
It made me learn. Yeah, you can laugh. It made me learn a lot about law.
Didn't teach you how to form a sentence.
I saw Ally McBeal before that.
Oh, cool.
She was a lawyer.
Did you watch Daredevil? How about that? He's
I
another
didn't see that
cartoon
one.
lawyer.
I didn't see that one.
It shows. Anyways, this is time for, I guess we're closing the poll now based off of those very official.
I thought I did really good.
I thought you did a good job. And then, you know, I'm just kind of razzing.
I thought you did a great job too.
Oh, thank you, because I was kidding. These are the results for the poll. Here are the results for the poll. Is this place haunted? Oh no! Oh no!
Ryan's got to eat from a diaper now.
I never agreed to that.
He's got to chow a diaper. 69% saying
69.
get. It says get fucked.
What happened to the other 1%?
Well, they're probably, you know,
Does anybody know what happens to the 1%?
decimals after the.
I don't know. I guess I lost this one.
Yeah.
It's okay. We got a long season, folks, of Fright Court.
I got all the Shaniacs, and then I got a bunch of Bugaras too, and a bunch of your loyal Bugaras who were like, sorry, Ryan.
Well, that's because
I don't think so.
Bugaras were discerning about our evidence. We're not going
Yeah.
to automatically say yes like a Shaniac would.
Wow, that rocks.
So
That
we're-
rocks. What a Merry Christmas
Hey,
for
look,
me.
we have so many Fright Courts coming. We have one per month. So you know what? The next episode, I think we're going to be seeing.
I got to work on my presentations for that.
Yeah, your presentation was trash.
It was pretty bad.
And you still won.
I think the episode did a lot of the legwork.
I think the episode did
for
a lot
me,
of the heavy
honestly.
lifting. Though I will say the REM pod was pretty compelling, but this next episode, it's going to be a different
see.
story. I'm going to be taking home a dub.
We'll see.
Okay, that does it for this episode of Ghost Files Debrief. We will see you next month with a brand new episode of Ghost Files, and an episode of Ghost Files Debrief. Take it easy.
Farewell.
Bye-bye. Oh, hello there. If you enjoyed that episode of Ghost Files, make sure you head over to WTV where you could get Ghost Files episodes 1 month early, as well as ad-free episodes, extended versions, and live debriefs. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some business. Could you stop antagonizing the child? I hear you.
No, it's okay.
Don't say it's my world. What does that mean? What the fuck is he doing up there?
You're in my world now, bitch.
Stop. Don't call him a bitch.